How many steps did we walk up? SubhanAllah. What a killer. Okay. Alhamdulillah. Is Muhammad still there? Is he still awake? Okay, inshallah, good. Okay, so, what do you mean, what does it mean, practice Islam? Anyway, one of my lectures is going to be about prayer. And the importance of prayer. It's called Pray Before You Are Prayed Upon. So inshallah, we'll cover that issue in that lecture. But I want to say generally about this question is that yes, most certainly, brothers and sisters, this is not a time to turn our backs on our Muslim brothers and sisters. This is a time where we have to do our best to bring our brothers and sisters to Islam. Because if we lived in a place where Islam was very strong and everybody was Muslim and most people were practicing Islam, if we left a brother or we left a sister because they were a fasiq and they were bad, then you know that person would feel that he or she is all alone in the world. And they will be inclined to turn back to Islam. But today, if you turn your back on a Muslim, what is that person going to do? They will find the kuffar with their arms open. Yeah, come. Let's have a pint. Let's have a drink. That's good. Come on, let's smoke something. Let's do something. Let's go to the movies. Let's go and find some girls. Let's. That's what will happen. So, unless you are really afraid for yourself, that if you mix with that person, that you will get corrupted yourself, then of course you keep away. But otherwise we have to, really the brotherhood and the sisterhood, if someone is not practicing, we have to try to bring them to Islam. And you're going to do that with kindness, with softness, with gentleness, with being good to them, with advising them, and showing them really that you are their brother and sister in Islam. That's what we need to do, inshallah, to strengthen ourselves. Alhamdulillah. Okay, brothers and sisters, I think that there's some nice questions here. There's one question here, it's a very good question, about someone who wants to become a police officer. And some people say it's haram. And he really wants to do it and help the Muslim community. And is asking, is it allowed or not? Actually, this is not a simple question to answer. It is not simple to say it is haram. It is not that simple. It may seem very clear. Joining the police is haram. You are implementing the laws other than the laws of Allah. On the surface, we have to admit that that's pretty much true. I have to think, how could a Muslim be a police officer or something like that? It means you're involved in something that would seem to be very haram. But in Islam, we do have a principle of maslaha and mafsada. This is necessity and need. In Islam, we have a manner of weighing up the benefits. If there is sometimes an exceeding benefit in something, even though it involves something haram, that thing can become permissible. I'll give you an example. Even though democracy is not allowed in Islam, and that is not our ruling system, but there are instances in Muslim countries where they have tried to introduce some type of democracy, like Kuwait, for example. If the Muslims, the good pious Muslims, do not go into parliament there, then the parliament will be full of atheists, communists, secularists, and every deviated group and every deviated person, who will only call the people to the hellfire. And the country, as a result, will fall into more corruption. So some of the scholars, not all of them, this again you'll find a difference of opinion, but some of the ulama said, no, you must go into parliament and you must try to influence it and influence the country in a beneficial way, because they realize that that is something that could be achieved. So things are not always black and white. Sometimes you will find in some situations there is a grey area. I don't know enough about Australia and the Australian police force and the Muslims here in Australia and what are the needs and what are the requirements and so on and so forth. I don't know enough about that to be able to really direct you. This is something you need to go with all of that information to a trustworthy scholar to get a fatwa from. So the brother who asked this question, could even be the sister, but inshallah it's a brother, who asked this question, should go to a trustworthy scholar, inshallah, to get a fatwa, because I'm not capable of giving you a fatwa. Only to say that it's not always a black and white issue. What? think there's lots, brothers and sisters, lots of good questions. Some of them I've sort of already covered. So if you think about what I said, inshallah, you will inshallah get the benefit from that. I've got even some. I'm not going to answer that question, because we stick to the ones on the topic. So brothers and sisters, inshallah, I think that's about it for tonight. Inshallah, you forgive me if I stop now, inshallah. The brothers are asking, please brother, ask for donations. They're saying at least $1 each. It's not a lot. So the brothers, inshallah, I know they're trying to do some really good and important work. So brothers and sisters, inshallah, jazakallah khair. May Allah guide you and me and all of us closer to the truth. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.